No wheat. Yeah.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you all for coming to the Today's Restaurant News Networking Group. Today is August the 16th. Can you believe that? My name is Howard Appel. I'm the founder and publisher of Today's Restaurant News, and I will be your host today. We are a group of restaurant vendors who are here to help each other grow our business and also to help any restaurant owner, manager, or chef with any issues they may have in their business. And if you'd like to join us as a vendor or as a restaurant, give us a call at 561-620-8888 or go to our website at trnusa.com. And you can also check us out on our YouTube channel, which is Today's Restaurant, and you can access that through our website. Today we have a new face on the board, and I'm going to introduce her, and I will ask you to tell us who you are, what you do, where you're located, and how we can reach you. That's for the benefit of those who may be watching on YouTube. So Maria Kleinert, tell us who you are, what you do, how we can reach you.
Thank you so much, Howard. Yeah, so my name is Maria. I'm located in North Carolina, but Franklin Farms East is located in Pennsylvania with a plant in Maryland. We are Franklin Farms East, and we specialize in the manufacturing of dry dairy and non-dairy products, offering tailored blends and solutions to help our clients reduce their labor, waste, and cost. We're proudly family owned and operated, which allows us to build a close relationship with our clients and focus on helping them overcome their production challenges. We have short lead times, we have lower MOQs, around 500 pounds. We own blending facilities which are SQF certified, and we also have an R&D team that continuously innovates to introduce new products to the market. And we work with various clients in different industries like bakeries, seasoning companies, nutritional wellness, confectionery, and frozen food manufacturers. You can reach us at www.franklinfarmseast.com. You can reach me at my cell phone, 610-297-1078, or my email address, maria@franklinfarmseast.com.
Yeah, thank you and welcome.
Thank you so much.
Charles, do you have any questions? You're the chef in the group.
To me?
Yeah.
Honestly, the dried dairy products are always good, especially if you're making soft rolls or you put a little bit in some of your sausages. That's a little trick that I learned about.
This is all new to me. I didn't even know this existed.
Maria, do you work with a lot of individuals who may be glucose intolerant?
I mean, I haven't heard of any, but yeah, if that's like a challenge that you're facing, the good thing that we have is our like custom blends, which our food scientists can adjust. So if the glucose or the sugar levels are too high in the formula, we can adjust that. Same as fat and protein.
Maria, do you do ice cream products?
Yes, we work with a lot of ice cream companies, either to just like offer them commodities like low heat, non-fat is what most of them use. But whole milk powder is also used in ice cream businesses. And we also have worked with companies that we create their base blend. So we give them a dry mix of an ice cream base where they just have to rehydrate and just run through their process as if it was the liquid cream that they would get from the ice cream
Are you
manufacturers.
strictly cows, or do you do any exotic stuff like camels or goats?
We are we are dry manufacturing. We don't work with any liquids or anything else.
Okay.
So is this a natural product?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we get sourced from a lot of we have our own products, but we also work with other big companies like Bluegrass, dairy farmers, Maryland, Virginia, and all that.
It's utterly natural, Howard.
Yes. Understood. All right. Well, thank you. Welcome aboard. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
I'm sure we'll have other questions for you as we go along. Rick, you want to start off our intros? And
Yes. Good morning, everybody. Rick Israel from Huntsville, Alabama. Great to see everybody here on this beautiful Friday morning. I hope it's beautiful where you're at. It is here. I am an independent insurance broker. What we do is several different things. One, our main niche is Medicare enrollments. We help individuals make sure that their medications are affordable, that their out-of-pocket expenses are affordable, and we help assist out-of-pocket costs. We also work with small and medium-sized businesses to provide voluntary group benefits like critical illness, long-term, short-term disability, group life insurance. We are a four-man team here in Huntsville. I personally am licensed here in Alabama and Florida and Tennessee. I've had to give up a couple of licenses because we are no longer, not that we don't want to do business there, there's just not enough business to do there. But we are consistently growing. I can be reached at area code 256-937-2537. And my email is rick@life-lineinsurance.com. Yeah, it's a Friday morning. Ed, thanks.
I gave your contact information to a woman here in Florida yesterday.
Okay.
We'll see if she calls.
Hopefully she'll call. You know, what I found though, Howard, is, you know, with not me being in Florida, they're a little hesitant to contact, but if it comes from somebody who's already a client, there's a little bit more trust there. So if she calls, I'll definitely appreciate the lead.
Well, I don't, it doesn't really matter where you are because you do the right job.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
And Maria, you don't have to worry about writing anything down. Howard will send a spreadsheet out after the meeting with everybody's information, so you can.
Did that, Terry. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Yes, dear. Yes, dear.
Yes, boss.
Well, I hear that part. I'm sorry. I was taking care of another phone call for business, so I apologize.
Yes, dear. Yes, dear. Thank you.
Go ahead, Ed. Tell her.
Hey, Terry, I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
I didn't invite you to dinner. I really.
Ed, you're up before we get into more trouble. Go ahead and talk about your product.
Oh, you want me up? Okay. Thank you, Howard. Thank you, everybody. My name is Ed Gerton with Seaco Sales in Orange Park, Florida, which is just outside of Jacksonville, Florida. We're an equipment supply company that specializes in frozen dessert equipment. So we have ice cream machines, batch freezers, whipped cream machines, mixed treat machines, display cases, slushy machines, by Carpigiani, ISA, BGI, IFI, and GTI Designs. We will be at the Florida Restaurant Show in booth 1745. And if you come visit us, we will have ice cream and other products to give away to people to try. And Maria, that's why I asked you if you have product. We can use, maybe we use some of your stuff. Get a sign out there. You can reach me at 904-334-5600. 4489. And have a great day, everybody.
Thank you for mentioning the show. I just wanted to tell this or ask this group, other than Steve, I don't know, Steve, whether you are sticking with your original thought about coming to the show as an exhibitor.
I was going to talk to you about that later.
Okay. Is anybody else in the group interested in being at the show under the TRN umbrella? Because we have getting close to deadline times where we have to put down deposits and order carpeting and tables, etc. So if
When
you're
is
in,
it?
if you're interested, let us know. What's that, Charles?
Please explain to Marie what TRN umbrella means.
I was going to email her everything after the meeting, but we are under the umbrella. We have a large umbrella that Terry is knitting together. Now, we're going to have an aisle, and all of the companies who are members of the group, whoever would like to, will have a table, a section of that aisle, depending on how many booths we have. Right now, we are approaching, between the two groups, probably 7 or 8 8x10s. So if anybody's interested, let me know, and as soon as you can, because the deadlines will come up pretty quickly.
And this is November 6th, correct?
I'm sorry?
It's in November 6th and 7th.
That's correct, in the Orlando Convention Center.
Gotcha.
Were you interested?
Yeah.
The size of the tables that we were able to get is a 5x10, a 10x10, or a 10x20. The 5x10 is like a shared 10x10, but although it's going to be individual. I'll send everything out to everybody again at the end of the meeting, so everybody can see it and see what's going on. Okay, is that okay, boss?
Sounds good.
You know, sometimes I'm always 2 steps ahead in my head because I'm an AAA personality. So with how it's lower, I think ahead, and I apologize for that. So didn't mean to step on anyone's toes.
Ouch. Ow, that hurt.
Gonna hurt a
Oh,
trust me.
Go ahead, Terry. Why don't you run the meeting? Run the meeting. I want to rest. Brian, Jay, you're up.
And glad I didn't have to fall behind Chris.
Yeah, you're following us.
Today you might want to have.
Good morning, everybody. Been an interesting week, but my company I work for is called Rogue Financial Group. We are a commercial equipment financing company from small, large projects. We do work all over the United States, so I do work with all different industries. Work with vendors and users, things like that. We do a lot of work with startups. Again, it is commercial equipment financing. So it can be from 2 years to 7 years. Depends on what you're looking for. Again, Brian with Rogue Financial Group, 404-723-7222. Thanks.
Thank you. Steve, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Steve Whitehill with Anchor Business Brokers, and I help people buy and sell businesses. And today I was going to pick on Chris because there are all sorts of businesses available for sale, and there's an employment agency for sale in turns out to be in Indian River County in Florida, and it does. What's interesting is it does 300,000. The owner makes about 160 on that. Apparently, he's got 8 full-time employees, which I'm not sure how those numbers work out because there isn't enough left for them. But what do I know? And this guy specializes in the insurance industry. So, Rick, if you need some people to sell insurance, this company has it for you. And this company can be bought for $325,000, and with an SBA loan, you could probably put down $32,000 and buy it. And if you're somebody like Chris, who's already in the business, he wouldn't have to put down a dime. So there are just all sorts of ways to grow your business, buy a business, and make money. Steve Whitehill, Anchor Business Brokers. I can be reached at 561-376-7500. And my email address is steve@anchorbb.com. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. The aforementioned Chris.
Good morning, everybody. Chris Kaufman from Vidalia, Georgia, where the pretty people play. And it's amazing that normally I take this day off because this is August 16th, and today is the 47th anniversary of the disappearance of Elvis. So thank you very much. Something I learned in Vegas. Thank you very much. So but we specialize in providing all-star talent for restaurant companies who would like to upgrade their management staffs. We've just received an assignment at the JFK Airport in New York. It was called in yesterday. We've got a guy interviewing in Philadelphia, actually 3 interviewing in Philadelphia, but only one's going to win the horse race. And we have people interviewing in Atlanta. So we work throughout the United States, providing all-star talent. And we are also got a couple of public service announcements. If you're looking, your name might be on a list somewhere where there's some money for you. Missingmoney.com. Check it out. Missingmoney.com. Okay. Here's another public service announcement. A group of Vietnam veterans have put together with the actor Sam Elliott, a 47-minute video on the truth and the myths about the Vietnam War. And it's free to look at this thing. It's 5 letters. I'm going to give it to you right now. A as in Atlanta, VVBA. That's Atlanta Vietnam Veterans Business Association.org. AVVBA.org. Phenomenal 47-minute documentary. Okay. Right now we're looking for restaurant operations professionals, and we work on behalf of the client companies, and this is a work and a practice that we have done since the 1980s, and we are excited about the future and looking forward to moving forward in a real positive way, because historically the third and the beginning of the fourth quarter are very busy times in the recruiting world, in the restaurant industry, that is, up until about Thanksgiving. And then once Thanksgiving comes, things traditionally slow down, but we don't slow down. We're here every day, live and in person. And so that is our story. Chris Kaufman, Restaurant All-Stars, 404 All-Star. I want to make sure that number works, 404-255-7827. So we'll see if that's fact or fiction real quick. There's a phone in. 404 All-Star, okay? It works. My name is Chris Kaufman, and I approve this message.
Okay, thank you. Ryan A., good morning.
Oh, I'm so happy to get to follow that. All right. I am not where the pretty people are. I'm in Miami. So Brian and I are back with InfoSync Business Process Outsourcing. So we're an outsourcer of accounting and payroll services. Our claim to fame is helping multi-unit restaurants that find accounting and payroll frustrating. We take that pain away by putting process, people, and technology in place through outsourcing that can help fix that. We also do third-party recovery, which is if anyone uses Uber Eats, DoorDash, or Grubhub, and they're probably losing 3% of their overall delivery revenues to customer disputes. So we go after the third-party delivery systems to get that money back for the restaurants, usually getting them 90% about that back. We also do technology integration. So if you talk to Mike and you guys go with his POS systems and you are having trouble connecting his system to back of house, your accounting system, your payroll system, whatever it may be, we bridge those connections together as well. So kind of a full service on the back of house for any accounting, payroll, technology needs. Brian Auerbach with InfoSync. You can reach me at 786-670-1027, or my email is Brian, B-R-I-A-N, period, Auerbach, A-U-E-R-B-A-C-H, at issvc.com.
Okay, thank you. Charles, good morning.
Oh, good morning. So my name's Charles Hay. I run On the Fly Food Safety. We teach the Serve Safe Manager course in 4 hours. We also offer the regular food handler certification if you need it, but we primarily focus on the managers. If you need me and I'm available, I'm there. I see like 24 hours notice. And you can reach me at 904-923-2577 or info at ontheflyfoodsafety.com. And if for some reason that bounced back, just have a direct email, charleshay428@gmail.com. But really the best thing to do is text me and who you are when you need it, and I'll get you penciled in.
Okay, thank you. Mike, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. I also public service announcement that August 16th is National Hawaiian Shirt Day. So it's I've got to go change my shirt to catch up. So
You're overdressed.
but
Oh my God.
I am. It's I guess I just missed National Work from Home for Wellness Day. So I'll have to mark that one on the calendar for next time. But I'm Mike Sardone. I'm with Spot On Point of Sale Systems. We are a cloud-based point of sale solution that has all your restaurant business needs. We work with all sorts of customers, also restaurant, retail. We have all your merchant processing needs, different tiered programs from, say, Interchange Plus tiered program, or if you'd like a cash discount program, we have all those needs. The basic purpose of where we try to grow is also grow your client base, partner with your business, help you retain customers and clients, boost profitability, and then also enhance your customer and employee experience. I am the Georgia State Sales Manager. We are a nationwide company, so we can help you out with anything you need. My contact info is 678-231-2279. I can be emailed at Mike, M-I-K-E, .Sardone, S-A-R-D-O-N-E, at spoton.com. And we will be at the Florida Restaurant Show. So we have a couple reps there and looking forward to seeing you guys.
Are you going to have a separate booth, or are you planning to be with us?
I believe it's a separate booth as of now, from what I was told from Gary.
Do you happen to know if they have a booth selection already? Do they have a number?
I do not know that. I'd have to ask Dell. We'll ask that.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, we could talk about that. Maybe we can get you close to us at least.
Sure. Okay. Cool.
All right. Thank you. TRN Terry.
Good morning, everyone. Vietnam. Good morning, everyone. Happy to have new faces. Maria, welcome. Nice to see you here. I was outnumbered. Now it's all open. So anyway, what I do is handle the monthly lead reports, which is a monumental task. We have a team that puts together restaurants, few hotels, a lot more bars, actually. Amazing. And outdoor places coming into Florida from the Panhandle all the way down to Key West. And then we have a Georgia report as well. Now, I will tell you the Georgia report is a lot smaller than the Florida report, which we guarantee 50 brand new leads every month of what is coming in, the stage of where they're at. Did they just sign a lease? Are they under construction? And is it a buildup, a ground buildup? Is it a, take over a building, knock it down and start all over? Are they going to keep this building? the owner's name, the address, phone number, email address, and about when they're opening. And that report comes out in Florida, 9th, the latest, the 10th of every month, except for the holidays. It could be a few days late. People need vacations. But anyways, that's what I do. And it's very different than pretty much anyone else. And we are proud to say we're second to none in the United States as far as reports go, for the cost, for the amount, and for what we have. There is a big discount for the group. And if you want to see a sample report, email me, Terry, Terri, at trnusa.com. I am more than happy to send you one. It's not going to have the email addresses, but you will get those every month on the report. And again, there's a minimum of 50. Now in Georgia, we've actually started to get a ton of information on Alabama. So we do have a small Alabama section, which is separated from the Georgia. It's above in red. So that's growing monthly as well. So I guess people in Northern Georgia deal with people in Alabama. So we're not going to turn that information down. Also, read the monthly paper online. There is now a section called We're Closed. It's a new feature that we started that, you know, those restaurants could owe people money. It could be a chance for Steve to jump in there and grab them for resale, you know, put them up. They're closed. They're sitting there, you know, auctioneers we have that do email blast every week, every time they have an auction. And they accumulate this equipment, or they go to the site and do it. So this is a big deal. We are closed. We're proud to have it. It's the first section when you go online and look, it says we are closed. Anyways, have a good weekend. I'm working, but everyone else enjoy. It's supposed to be nice.
Okay,
We're-
thanks.
You
Also in the newspaper, there's a section where we feature a city within the United States and highlight their culinary information. And we are now working on Boston. Is that correct, Terry? We're
Yes,
working on Boston for September, and October will be Orlando because of the show. And December will be New York. And November is going to be Denver.
yes.
So
The important that section is that tells you what's coming in. That's actually a tiny little new openings report, because we put information, a couple of lines of what's coming in. So that's actually, you know, if you do business nationwide, you might want to take a look at that. That city that's highlighted, almost everything there is restaurants that are coming in, nightclubs, bars, hotels, you know, stuff like that. So it's a real action.
okay, I want to go back to Maria. Now that you've seen what we do,
Ed, you quit
don't
laughing.
run that quickly. Just if you have anything else that you want to add, or you might have forgotten to say something, please do it now.
No, really, it's just nice to meet you all, and I appreciate your time, and have a great weekend.
Okay. Alrighty. Does anybody have anything else they want to bring up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Howard, where's the TRN booth area going to be at this Florida show?
It's a good question.
Just thought I'd ask.
We're still up in the air about that, but we're trying to be, we're going to have, depending on how many people commit to it.
We have number, and they're changing it because of the 2 aisles of
Well,
the
yeah,
TR.
that's our number. That's our booth alone. But we're putting together a certain area, and I don't know. I don't have a number yet, Ed. We're trying to make it as close to you as possible.
Well, hey, just so you know, at the Florida, and Brian, you'll like this, at the Florida Restaurant Show, they've eliminated that whole area that was supposed to be for the trucks, the food truck area. They got rid of it. They
Really?
dropped it. Yeah, it's no longer on there.
There's no food truck action?
Well, they had a big area that was marked off for a food truck show and all the booths around it. That whole area is gone now.
Mm-hmm.
That's because they needed more room for booths, I think. Is that correct, Ed?
No, they eliminated, the food truck was an add-on on the south end of the building, and that's all been
Oh.
gone now.
Okay.
I think because one of the big food truck manufacturers in Orlando absconded with all of the deposits to over $1 million, I think over $1 million
Yeah.
worth of money, and took off to somewhere in the Middle East. And
Yeah.
when BK,
That was the guy, Brian, last year who had the truck there at the show.
yeah,
Because he
Can I
was the one
say
who
the name? I'll just say it, Phoenix. They bought, the other
One Fat
company.
Frog. They
One
bought
Fat-
One Fat Frog.
And they're in trouble too, because everybody's coming to them wanting their trucks done, but the other company took their money, and they've taken some money. And while we're on it, I'll just tell you, it's an interesting industry, because we talked earlier about how we take from Peter, Paul to pay Mary. Now these food trucks are taken from Peter, Paul, and Mary to try to pay for the past job that they're trying to finish. So I've seen it, because these dealers that I work with, which I'm kind of moving out of it, is because they want their money, and they want money up front. Are like, why can't you give me 100% up front? No, we give you 50% up front. Okay. And so basically they're like 2 jobs behind in order to finish that. And then when it comes to this other job, some guy is trying to get his done within 4 to 6 weeks, ends up being 2 months, maybe 12 weeks, so it's like you said, Ed, it's a very interesting industry. Could be that's maybe why, I don't know why they pulled out of or canceled them in the show, but there's a lot of
That's a good reason.
there's a lot.
I looked at the Florida Restaurant Show. Ed, your booth 1745 and we're 1869. So right, Kyle.
but that 1869 is not going to be where TRN Umbrella Group is going to be.
Well, that's what they have.
How many feet do they have us blocked off for?
That booth is a 10 by 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
hard.
only, yeah, we're going to be like at least a 10 by 70.
Yeah, a 10 by 70 or a 10 by 80. Yeah. To accommodate all the separate booths. But they have us. That's where they have us. Yeah. And actually, that's a really good location.
Well, we're trying to get in the middle of the two name shows. We want to be in the middle aisle so that we can catch everybody. Anyway,
That guy who absconded with $1 million, if he wanted to go somewhere where nobody could find him, he could go to customer service at Home Depot. There's nobody there. Cancel my account.
Speaking of customer service, I got a request this week from a restaurateur. I don't have it in front of me, so I'm going to paraphrase the question. The question is, and how it's for their edification and also for ours. We're all in business. We all have people that work for us, or we are one of the people that work for a company. So the question that was posed to me was, what is your policy on cell phone usage during the shift? And what is your policy on feeding employees on the shift or off the shift? That was, I don't know, Charles probably has a thought on that.
Well, you should do one and not the other. You should definitely feed them. You should always have a family meal. It's actually one of the best things you can do for young chefs to be creative with stuff that needs to get used up, and you can write it off. So why not? And as for cell phones, as much as I loved my cell phone in the kitchen, they're little bacteria, holders. So unless you want to bring out the black light of shame and show how much duty is on your phone, I would suggest not having it available. If it's really important, they can have the GM's phone number or the restaurant's phone number, as long as they actually pick up.
Yeah, that was a concern in case there was an emergency at home. How do they reach, let's say, a server or a chef?
But whoever the main contact is for that restaurant or whatever, they need to be answering their phone if that happens. So, or it'll fall apart, and people are going to say, "Hey, I'm not going to do that." Or you just going to put it in a baggie or keep it in a locker.
I don't think we're ever going to get cell phones away from people. Honestly, I just don't. They keep them. That's their insurance for everything. And I just don't.
Well, they can't. There are businesses that require you to check your phone as you come in, as you check in.
Well, you can check another phone, not yours. You can check in a fake phone. You can check in. I mean, there's ways of getting around that. I wouldn't give up my phone.
It's more of a food safety issue, and if they're professional, they will do it. Fact is, you should be focusing on prep and mise en place and making sure everything's ready for service. If you can't get the cell phones away from, get a UV light to sanitize the phones. That's the only other compromise you could probably do.
Yeah.
But really, they shouldn't be out when you're working, like I said, unless it's an emergency.
Well, how about during a break?
That's your break, as long as it's in a designated area. So no chewing tobacco on the line or anything like that.
Good. And all right, anybody else have any thoughts on that?
So I've been into several restaurants. So I mean, it really starts from the top on the cell phone use. The cell phone, like if you're not so much strict, but you lead an environment that, if you're always on your phone, they're going to say, "Hey, why can't I?" kind of situation. It does flow into that food safety aspect of it, of what you're touching. A lot of some of the more structured places have like a designated area, like cell phone area, where they can sanitize on the way in and on the way out kind of situation, which not every place has. Is tough, but it really just comes down to what kind of example you're setting from the top. That's really important.
That's true. Absolutely.
It's sort of like owning a bar and having the owner standing around drinking shots with customers. That's not setting the great example.
No, but it's you talk about the emergency contact. It was funny. So I was working in restaurants before there were cell phones. So it was my mom would call or say she needed something at the restaurant, but my nickname at the restaurant was Guido, and she would call and ask for Mike, and they'd say no, Mike works here, and she'd have to ask for Guido. Oh yeah, hold on, let me get him. So, but
oh my God.
So Father Guido Sarducci from Saturday Night Live. I worked with a bunch of Mikes, so we all went by nicknames. It's just easier.
And what about the feeding of the employees?
priceless on the family meal. Get together, have a guy that's aspiring chef or cook to do that. Again, you can write it off. That's important. Again, like these are, you know, they're complimentary programs that a lot of people nowadays just feel they're owed this. I mean, I worked in a pizza place where it's like I got to eat free pizza. I mean, but how much pizza can you get? How much can you eat? Or I worked at the place where it's like, the only protein you can have is chicken. Like so the family meals are a way to kind of really go past that and provide a meal that, have you work with some maybe Hispanics in the kitchen. You want to do, it's not a Hispanic restaurant, but they want to do that for lunch. Great. Let's do that. Have people feel empowered to, and not used and abused, kind of
And it's not that
support
expensive either. Like,
that.
just do.
What,
Uh,
I also heard that there are some restaurants that offer their employees meals when they're not on shift, or offer discounts to their employees.
Yeah.
Have you heard of that?
Yeah, Panera had a discount when I worked there as a teenager. You get like 10%, 10 or 15% off your meal. It's great. So I mean, you should always have incentives. I like family meal because it doesn't, they're not, ordering anything that you're going to be giving to people, so you don't have to work extra prep. So that's just my view on the cooking side.
I worked at a McDonald's franchise the last quarter in college, and I said to the guy, "Do we get some discounts for, employees?" "Nope, no discounts." He said, "Well, Chris, maybe at the end of the night, if there's some food left over, okay." Well, 5 minutes before closing, 6 quarter pounders hit the grill. Oh, look what we have left over. I'll take it off your hands. I was a growing boy. But speaking of volume, I talked to a guy yesterday. I said, "Look, the job you're going to go interview on Friday morning, you've got to talk about volume." Well, have you ever been around some really great volume? He said, "Yeah, the Buffalo Wild Wings in Orlando on Super Bowl Sunday, we went through 6,000 pounds of chicken wings.
Wow.
3 tons of chicken wings on Super Bowl Sunday alone."
Oh my.
That's some volume.
That's a lot of, you know what? That's a lot of chickens.
Yep.
A lot of prep too.
They all come from Brian's neighborhood.
At least we know where all those eggs came from, right?
That's right.
And those are the ones that couldn't produce eggs.
There you go. Yeah.
There were certain food establishments like a bagel shop or something like that, or big donuts. At the end of the day, if there's anything left over, besides the employees getting them, if your last customer through the door comes in, it can't hurt to give somebody a baker's dozen, just for goodwill.
Take it to a food bank.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah,
Well, now
absolutely.
they got lots on dumpsters because people are things are so bad nowadays. People are dumpster diving to just get a meal.
Yeah, but be careful. You do that. Walmart terminated a whole bunch of employees and had a whole bunch of people arrested because they had written off the candy and thrown it in the garbage, and they arrested the people for stealing their funds.
Yeah.
So,
I talked to a guy at Lowe's because they were throwing out a whole bunch of dead plants. Like they're already dead. I was just going to compost them and, use up some of that soil that's in there. And they're like, "No, we can't give it away because it's written off." I was like, well, then it really shouldn't matter, should it?
you would think, right?
Yeah.
Well, we reached the end of our hour. So I want to thank everybody for coming.
Yeah.
Maria, thank you for coming. And I hope we'll see you again. And everybody have a great weekend. And if anybody has any questions, I'll keep this open after we officially sign off. So have a great weekend.
I need Steve's help.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Let the
I'm in
sauce
trouble
be
now.
with you.
Thank
And
you.
go
Yeah.
On the everyone have a good weekend.
Have a great weekend.
Thanks.
Bye.